What's happening, guys? We got a little bit of snow here today, but it's warm inside, and I got something special for you here today. I got a real treat for you, a hand-built custom Honda cafe racer that I want to show you. So our friend here, Tony Ouellette. Tony, what's going on, brother?
Good. How you doing, Ken?
Good. Tell me a little bit about this bike. This is something, well, just to give our viewers a little background. You owned a big machine shop, and
Yeah, my father rode motorcycles. He had Henderson. My grandparents, so there's a picture somewhere here in the museum of my grandparents on an Indian from 1918 in Hartford.
so this is something
rode bikes and
you were born into this, basically,
and,
right?
I got to run a machine shop, mostly specialized in repair. And I like fill-in work. Sometimes I usually build wood boats. But I wanted to build a motorcycle, but something that's with a modern frame.
Yep.
And that's what this is, where the center line of the crank.
Let's go take a look at it. It's down here.
25 inches.
So you got the bug, the itch to make something really cool, and you built this thing basically from the ground up. And again, your background as an engineer and a machinist. They say machinists make the best mechanics. So you built something really cool here that I want to share with our viewers. I guess starting from the top, what exactly is this bike?
Well, it's a Colin Seeley was a frame maker in England. He made Grand Prix bike frames and stuff like that. And then these guys, frame crafters in Illinois, built this frame.
So Seeley Honda was the genesis, or the where the idea was born.
And then he made custom frames for all kinds of motors, because a lot of the Japanese frames back in the day were no good.
So looking at this frame, we've got a vintage motor, but it's a very much a modern perimeter style frame. Like you'd see it something on a new, like an EX500, and a big fat swing arm. Looks to me like something you'd find on a Champion flat track bike almost.
Well, yeah,
you know?
that's the idea is that the center line of the crank is less than 25 inches to the front axle, so the front wheel stays loaded. And then to make up for the wheelbase, you put on a long swing arm. So it's basically the way modern bikes are designed. And that's the way they handle, as opposed to old bikes who, they weren't that swift. They really didn't do anything bad, but they didn't do anything really good either.
So can you describe or point out exactly what you're talking about? Because I think I understand, but I'm not sure everybody else. So the center line of the crank.
Crankshaft is less than 25 inches to the center line of the forks.
And that keeps the front wheel loaded, so you got the
so
traction.
in the corners you got plenty of traction on the front end, and then to make up for the wheelbase, they go with the long swing arm. It looks strange, but then if you look at a modern bike, that's the way they are.
This thing is absolutely bristling with what I'll call factory trickery, unobtainium factory
all
trickery. Handmade. This is
All
something you
the
see on a
axles.
factory race bike from the 70s.
The axles and the steering stem are all titanium.
Wow. So this axle is titanium?
Yeah.
Wow. And the hub is aluminum, I think, right?
Yeah, those are regular Honda CR hubs, front and back, made by Warp 9 in Utah.
Floating disc with a twin piston. Is that a Nissan caliper?
No, that's a Adeline. That's the Chinese knockoff.
It looks
of
great,
a
though.
Brembo.
Looks great. Warp 9 wheels. And is that a handmade fender? Where'd this
guy
fender?
in Rhode Island, he makes the fenders. He made them for me, front and back.
Triple clamps are all
That's all
custom handmade. Wow. As are the
brackets
bar
that hold
risers.
The headlight, those are handmade.
Jesus, this isn't any cheesy Chinese stuff right here. This is handmade, like CNC machine out of a chunk of billet, right? Basically.
Yeah, everything's made right on a piece of billet.
As is the triple clamps. That's expensive to do. If you have to pay someone to do that.
Oh yeah,
there's
the amount of hours involved is just staggering.
I would say on this bike right here, the craftsmanship I'm looking at, I'm going to say there's hundreds of hours of handcrafting. And if you had to pay someone, you're at $90 an hour to build this bike, it would be obscenely expensive.
Yeah, it's to the point where there's no money left in it. You couldn't sell it for what you have for time, but it's just, I like to do it. It keeps me amused.
Hey, it's kind of like this building. I put $7 million in it, and it's worth $2. So
yeah, right. Yeah, I've seen that happen.
What kind of forks are these?
Those were 1976 Bultaco forks. They're new old stock.
I see the tubes look brand new.
Yeah, they're all brand new. I got another set of those. I found of 2 pairs.
You got about 8 inches of travel there, maybe 7, 8.
I cut them down to about 6.5.
6.5,
I shortened them. The exhaust
Is
system.
that stock right there? The cooling fins in the bottom.
Yeah, that's all stock.
All right, so moving to the frame again, Seeley frame, perimeter, like a burgundy color.
frame
The welds
of
on it are
Seeley
beautiful.
Weighs 27 pounds.
How does that compare to a stock?
Stock one's probably about 60 pounds.
Okay,
is
so
all chrome
I haven't mentioned the gas tank yet. I know you guys have been drooling on it,
I
but
don't know. I'm not.
I think it's awesome. I mean,
Some people really like it. I think it's all right. It gets, it does the deal.
you want to know why I like it? Because you're not gonna see another
No.
one. It's completely unique, handmade, and it's the only one on the fucking planet.
This is
that
a
looks like
KTM gas cap.
It
That's
is really
Chinese too. All billet machine.
See,
$22.
cool. Us artists are always our worst critics. You're like, oh yeah, it could be better, and everybody else is like, wow, that thing's badass. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's just really cool. As is the tail fin here, and the seat, and the handmade Zerk fitting aircraft style covers for the side covers. This is like a brushed aluminum, just beautiful, beautiful.
Comes off.
Yep, frame is
It's
stunning.
a full race is megacycle cam.
What does this bike? What does this bike weigh? I mean,
304 pounds. Wet.
this bike. You put somebody like Billy Blythe on this thing and send
Yeah.
him up to Thompson Motor Speedway or something. I bet you this is gonna be a hoot on the track.
Yeah, he wanted to take it for some track days, but we just ran out of time.
If you do, make sure you let me know. I want to come
Yeah.
and film it because that would be just sick.
Because next year we should have some time. I finished up late last year and stuff like that.
Now the rear axles, are these titanium
Yeah, they're
also?
titanium.
How much does it cost to put a titanium axle on a bike? Is it really expensive?
These are probably, you're looking at $500 or $600 a piece.
So you got $600, you got $1,000 just in the axles to reduce the unsprung weight, right?
Yeah. But see,
Wow.
I got the piece of titanium years ago at a scrap yard. I had a big bar of it. And I've been working on it for years
And you
now.
crafted something amazing out of it. Rear hub again, is that a Honda CR hub?
Yeah, that's another CR hub by Warp 9.
Very, very, very
And I
nice.
had the machine
Have you
down.
have you ridden the bike? It looks brand
It's
new.
got 8 miles on
8
it.
miles on it.
I lost interest in it. I had so much other stuff going on.
So what's your gearing setup for? What will she
That's
do?
stock Honda right now, and it's got to go up a lot. The bike is so much lighter and it's got so much more power than a stock Honda.
The little wheelie machine?
That I don't know, it's not really broken into it, but with the long swing arm, probably not.
Where'd you get these rear sets from?
They're Chinese from a CB350.
So you've got some inexpensive Chinese stuff on here. Oh,
That's a
here's
titanium
here's a
nut.
titanium
Feel how
nut.
that way.
It is,
Feels like it's made out of plastic.
well, yeah, it feels almost weightless, but it's super strong, right?
Yeah.
Where does titanium stack up on the hardness scale?
Well, it's not so much the hardness; it's the durability,
Durability.
and the weight. It really, really performs good under high temperature.
So did you make this
Yeah, the
nut?
whole nut threaded.
You CNC
made a
machined
castle
this.
nut, yeah.
How many hours of machining work did you make just this one bolt?
Probably 3-4 hours to make a nut.
It's incredible. So, have you ever added up how many hours total you have into this bike?
No, but I'm thinking 600 or 700. I got a big runabout boat I built, and I got 1,000 into that.
What do you charge an hour for your machine service? It's got to be 90 plus an hour,
No,
right?
I don't have a real lot of overhead, so I don't charge a real lot.
But what would a regular?
Because, you get a guy coming in and he's got a lawnmower part. I can't tell him, oh yeah, here's $300 for.
I get it, but I get it. But I'm just trying to justify
Yeah,
the value.
what
Like when you had your shop and you had 20, 30 guys working in there, you're probably billing at $90 an hour. But
Yeah,
even
anyway,
at home, even okay, let's say even dirt cheap, like $30 an hour. That's still
Yeah.
$18,000 worth of machining work on this
If I
bike.
could come out with $30 cash an hour, I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah, and that's still $18,000. Wow.
Little collapsible wrench.
Where
See the
where
handle?
where was this?
This is in the back. You see the handle collapses. so you
What
can
is that
store
made
it.
of?
That's just aluminum.
Wow, and that's for taking the axle off.
Yeah, that's for
so
tightening
he's
it
got a
down.
handmade axle that he mounts in the tool bag in the top to adjust the chain, which
These were, if you line this thing up with lasers and the bolts in the back on regular chain adjusters, if you're off just a half a turn, the whole thing's out of whack. So these are a match set, these cams. These are the same as a Bultaco, but expanded, and these are laser cut.
what is this? Is that What does that do?
That's the trigger for the speedometer,
Oh, wow.
magnetic trigger.
And that's all handmade, all these blocks,
Yeah,
chain guide
and
blocks.
then,
I really like what you
these
do.
were custom made.
I like what you do with the chain block so it doesn't
Yeah,
flap.
That's called, that plastic is called UHMW. It's ultra high molecular weight, and it rubs good. It's wear good like a Teflon.
So where do these, you said these are custom made shocks, the YSS?
Yeah.
How did you manage that? Did you consign directly with the
Well,
manufacturer?
yeah, the Klaus in New Jersey is the American distributor. And they have a form you fill out, and you tell them the weights and the lengths and
I see it
all
looks,
the stuff.
Is that compression and rebound adjustable?
Yeah.
Is there a high and low speed on it too, or
No, just a compression rebound.
how do you like them?
Yeah, so far so good. They were like $800.
Yeah, they don't give those away.
Which
These are
was-
not the Chinese $150
No,
RFRs.
but a pair of Olin's comparable.
Would be about the same, about
No, it'd be
$1,000, right?
about, no, 2,600.
Are they that much?
Yeah, so it gets really scary on the price.
We're an Olin's dealer, so look me up next time because I can get an Olin's
See,
like
that would
this
be
for.
something, yeah, to look into.
I can get these for about $1,000.
This is
in Olin's.
lightweight DID racing chain. They use that on TZ250s.
Oh yeah, I gotta bounce it up. Billy would know what to do with that.
Yeah.
What kind of paint is on the frame?
Just basic automotive. It's a Dodge color. I wanted them to match with the caliper.
All right, it took us 11 minutes and 30 seconds to get through the frame and some of the running gear. We haven't even talked about the motor yet, which I saved probably the best for last. But before we go there, there's some other trickery. This steering stabilizer, what's the scoop with this?
That's an Italian one. I never saw that outfit before.
It's like gold anodized.
But it was
very
on,
nice.
I got it on eBay. I don't know if it's really necessary with such a light little bike.
Well, you don't want to find out the hard way when you're doing 120
Yeah,
going into turn 4, right?
Just doing a head shake.
So now let's talk about the motor here. What did this start life as? And
It was an old beat to death 350 Honda, 1971 CB.
one of my favorite Honda motors. I love the CB350s. It's properly tuned. They're a hoot. What did you do to it?
The reason I went toward it was they're bomb proof. Then they're cheap. There's a lot of race series, so it's easy to get parts. So the head's all been flowed and ported.
I'd put my money on Billy Blythe if you race this thing and
Yeah.
put him on it, put him in the series. He'd smoke. I mean, really, a stock CB350 chassis wouldn't stand a chance against
No,
this thing.
not a prayer. Yeah, it's got a megacycle cam, Wiseco pistons. The head's all been flowed and ported.
What's it bored to?
80 over.
How many cc's would that make it?
About 325, 325 to start, so maybe 335, 340.
Is that the final bore?
Yeah, they're kind of small, starting out at 325 cc's from new.
I thought they were 350s. I didn't know they were.
No, there are 325s, yeah, I didn't know that either.
So what about cams and
That's a megacycle
megacycle cam?
cam in it, yeah.
What kind of pistons?
Wiseco's.
Wiseco's, you think you probably said that. What are the carbs? Those Makunis?
Makunis, yeah, 32 millimeter Makunis.
That's a big carb. Would it come stock like what, a 26?
I forgot what the hell
28?
those
So you,
Keans
so you
were.
got big carbs with
But that's a kit that a guy on eBay sells, and he says they're jetted for a slightly modified motor. And I put them on; they're perfect. They idle good. They rev through the cycle. Everything's good. I never even jetted the thing.
Is this more titanium trickery here?
No, that's just what came with it. But the whole swing arm's all needle bearings, needle thrust bearings.
What's up with the exhaust here? Is that all handmade?
That's all handmade stainless.
Who made that?
I did.
You made that exhaust?
You buy a kit
Jesus, it's beautiful.
on eBay where it comes with a bunch of bends.
Wow.
And you pick one you want. This is more of a Triumph bend. It comes way out, then
I
it
like
drops
it. I like it.
in.
It looks tucked in nice. It's not
Yeah.
gonna drag.
Then super traps.
How's it sound with them pipes? I haven't heard it run
Good.
yet.
Yeah, it's nice.
And you can adjust that too. You
Yeah.
can change the discs.
It's not outrageously noisy and obnoxious.
And you got a custom guard in case someone slams into you in the first turn. You're not going to bend your brake.
Yeah, shark, yeah. Some race series, that's mandatory.
Well, yeah, you can cause a lot of problems if you hit somebody with that, for sure, for yourself. So if you were to do it over, would you do anything different on this bike, or do you think you hit the nail on the head here?
No, I'm saying it's, pretty good the way it is. It's hard to get more weight off it because everything is aluminum.
How long did it take you to build it from start to finish? You
About
said
10 months.
10 months? So about 60 hours a month?
Yeah, because there'll be weeks it'll go by and I don't work on it because, I got machining work to do. And then other times, you got time, so you work on it. But you couldn't do this years ago because you couldn't find all the parts. But now with the internet, it's so easy to find parts.
Yeah, but a lot of the stuff, what makes this bike special is the stuff you didn't get off the internet. All the handmade stuff,
but
the
still getting
exhaust,
the wheels and
the tank,
all the other stuff.
all the billet stuff, the titanium, all truly one of a kind, built out of handmade titanium. As Kenny and I like to say, this thing is unobtainium. You'll never see another one like it.
No.
Ever. I don't think. And if you do, it won't be exactly the same. That's the beauty of a custom bike. So, Tony, thank you for sharing this with the museum and with all of our viewers here. And if you want to come see it, it's on display at the New England Motorcycle Museum. We're open 7 days a week. We're at 200 West Main Street, Rockville, Connecticut. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Click subscribe. We've got lots of great bikes coming up pretty much every day of the week. We've got a killer lineup of new bikes that have come through that we'll be testing. And we also sell bikes also on eBay. That's how we support the museum. So this is the third floor. There's 4 football field long floors exactly like this, except for the ceiling's much higher. This is the lowest ceiling. It's 8 foot. The floor below here has 10 and then 14 on the bottom and 17 on the 4th floor. So definitely worth the trip down and check it out. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of motorcycles here, and all of them are special in their own way. This one I had to share with the world because it's really, really freaking special. This one was a lot of work. Now again, is this a Seeley frame or is this a clone of a Seeley frame?
This is a clone from Frame
Crafters
in Illinois.
They did a beautiful job.
They got quite a good site. They got a lot of cool frames.
Hats off for building the one kick-ass bike. I can't wait to hear it run in the springtime. Like I said, we started off the video showing you the snow. Otherwise, we'd be outside riding this. Have Billy Blythe do a little demo for us. But maybe we'll take it to the track, like you said,
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, because I'm to the point now where I really don't, I care about it. It's just a thing. Let's use it. It's built to have fun.
Thanks for watching, folks. And everywhere you look here, there's cool custom bikes. Like this is a handmade with Mastercam software. A lot of CNC machining on this delivery wagon, and just cool bikes everywhere, like that Z1. And you can't shake a stick here and not hit a cool old custom bike like this Bridgestone 2-stroke 200. So anyway, stay tuned. As always, John 3:16. God bless America.